guys, hope you're so excited about this sunny weather like I am so you won't fall asleep. Listen up, I have a story, a little scenario to start with. It's your senior prom night. You and your friends decide to rent a big luxury party bus that'll take you from your pictures to dinner in the cities, then go to your school dance where you might actually awkwardly dance, and back to someone's after party. You all drop about $50 on this event, and when reserving the bus, the company clarifies that there will be no drinking tolerated. Your friends decide to sneak alcohol in water bottles anyway. Later in the night, two guys who had had a lot to drink get into a heated argument. It's dark and loud, and the guys start pushing each other. Drinks are spilled and girls are screaming. The driver pulls over and yells, I said no alcohol, no violence. This ride is terminated. And that's it. You didn't even make it to the after party. Your friend's parents had to pick you up in the middle of the night, and your ride is over, and your $50 are lost. Maybe this hasn't happened to you. Maybe you haven't even been on a party bus, or maybe this story sounds all too familiar. I'll admit, I once was on the party bus bandwagon. I thought they were awesome. But after being out of high school for a year, I see things differently. There's a rising issue of high school students renting luxury limousines and party buses, participating in underage drinking and controlled substance abuse, and high school students are too young to know any better. So the issue arises of how kids are renting party buses and the notion that this practice is acceptable. Today I will discuss the causes of this issue, a bit about Minnetonka's community, the unrealized harms of renting party buses, and why addressing the issues of dangerous party buses is urgent. First, students in high school are too young to rent party buses without full parental consent. This issue is caused by such a relaxed attitude by both parents and students, and the ease of renting party buses. In my community of Minnetonka, students choose to rent buses on nights of dance events or other events. According to localpricecompare.com, the average party bus rental costs about $200 per hour. For a total 6-hour night to rent a party bus, dinner, and dine, this becomes very costly. Therefore, students typically ask their parents to fund their fun dance nights like homecoming and prom. The issue is also worsened by the relaxed attitude of the parents, who don't know exactly what goes on in the buses. For students, it's a cool thing to do, and parents are happy about not having to be the chauffeur for the night. Another reason party buses are an issue is because it's so easy to rent one. According to the Minnesota Department of Transportation, a decade ago, party bus laws became more relaxed, so it's very easy to start a company nowadays. Last year in Minnetonka, for example, a police reported a party bus being pulled over where the driver did not have a license and the bus was not certified. All across America, this is a rising issue. Now I'll tell you a little bit about why it pertains to my community. The community I'm addressing is Minnetonka, which is in the west suburban area of the Twin Cities. According to Minnesota Prospector, Minnetonka's population is 50,000. About 12% of that are between the ages of 10 and 19, which includes high school students. This age category are most affected by the bus dangers. Also, 41% of household income is about $100,000 or higher on average. So Minnetonka is an affluent city where privileged kids have more money for luxury goods and services. They have the money to rent these buses for many occasions, and this is why more and more students are choosing to go on the party buses. Clearly, there are a lot of dangers with renting buses, but high school students do not always see these dangers. I will now explain why the issue needs to be addressed immediately. There's an urgency to fix the issue of party buses and underage consumption because there are too many stories of dangerous experiences. In Minnetonka, students have so many opportunities available to them that one night on a party bus where they can get caught puts their future at risk. According to Minnetonka's website, the top 100 students in my graduating class of 700 had an average ACT score of 100. Also, the graduating rate is 99% with over 80% going to a 4-year degree. This could all be ruined in one night, as I said before. Also, there are organizations in the district, such as Tonka Cares and Reveal It's Real, that attempt to tackle underage drinking, but party buses are an issue that takes time. I've told you some reasons why renting a party bus is an issue, but I will also talk about some specific instances. Last February, CBS Local News reported 2 teens were stabbed in Minneapolis after getting off a party bus. These teens rode into the city to have dinner with their friends on prom night, and then after 10 p.m. the students were in a bad part of town and were injured. Also in a city nearby Minnetonka, a student was sexually violated on a party bus. After this speech, I hope you all realize what potential dangers can come from renting a party bus. The story I told you in the beginning actually happened to a group of students in my grade. These stories are the reason why the rental of party buses to minors is an issue today. Although high school is done for me, I don't think this issue is over at all. The issue will just get worse if Minnetonka and other cities do not educate students, parents, and party bus companies of the risks. Thank you all. I hope you stayed awake and gained a little bit of knowledge. And also, if you guys don't exactly know what a party bus looks like, I don't know if it's just like a suburban trend, but I just have a couple visuals, but I can entertain questions while we're doing this. So it should just go by itself, I hope. Yeah. So do we have any questions? I guess this is like, there's stripper poles and I thought that was that's pretty much what happens. Otherwise there's like sketchy buses and I guess just like really janky. There's not even real seats in that bus. It's like, yeah, or they can be really nice and those cost a lot more.
Are they used, like, other than high schoolers, do other people use them?
Yeah, I would definitely say a lot of age groups use it. Like, they use it for bachelor parties or college students do it for a weekend. But in high school, it gets a little more tricky because they're minors and most of them are still living with their parents. And I don't know, there's the issue of the kids that are like 14, 15 years old, they don't know what they're doing.
So right now, is it that these party bus companies have rules that there's no like consumption of alcohol or anything, or is it just like the drivers don't enforce it?
It varies from bus company to bus company. That's my background. So I guess that's another issue of making it even throughout, like, so that every company has to follow the exact same rules. It really depends on the company that you have. So again, like students will be like, hey, don't rent from them. They were like super strict and we didn't have as much fun. And other companies like don't care. So.
And you went to the Capitol and they're working on it, right?
Yeah, so then the party bus companies will like have to show their papers. They're trying to get it so that there's chauffeurs on the party buses, but I don't know if that would be very fun for the students. So we'll see how that goes.
Do parents have to sign right now if you're under 18 to rent a party bus, or could a group of like 16-year-olds all get together and as long as they have the money they can rent it, or does
Well,
it have to
it
be
depends because of the company,
Okay.
but a lot of the companies now are 18 if you sign